Good evening. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, faculty, our full campus team, and approximately 220,000 people comprising the Lewis and Clark District, it is my pleasure to welcome you, the honored graduates of 2021, and welcome your families and friends to the 50th anniversary commencement at Lewis and Clark Community College. You can sit. Well, there you have it. You can sense the excitement and feelings of accomplishment, so let's get started. I ask that everyone please stand for the singing of the national anthem. The national anthem will be performed by retiring music faculty member and soloist Susan Parton Standard. Please remain standing following the national anthem for the invocation.
Please sing with me.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Susan. Reverend Kale Hanson of Zion Lutheran Church in Bethalto will now come forward and give the invocation.
Good evening, everybody. It's a real honor to be here. Thanks to the committee for making it possible. It's been kind of a long road getting here, as it was for you guys. Supposed to do this in 2020, then in December, and finally we're able to gather here together. So I want to share with you some words from the book of Ecclesiastes to begin with. You'll be familiar with these if you're familiar with Ecclesiastes, or if you're a Pete Seeger fan. He put them to music, and it's the Byrds who made him popular. This is from Ecclesiastes 3. For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up what is planted, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Ecclesiastes tells us about these seasons in our lives, these different times that we go through. And what it says is all of these seasons are under heaven. They're under the watchful eye of the God who created all things. And so tonight we celebrate the end of one season in your life and the beginning of a new one. And we do so remembering the God who makes all these things possible and whose hand and whose eyes will always be over them. Would you pray with me? Heavenly Father, as we begin tonight's commencement, we give you thanks for these graduates, for the work they've put in, and the support of the faculty and the staff bringing them to this point. Give us thankful hearts for the gift of knowledge and education, all of which flows from you. In the name of your Son, Jesus, amen.
Please be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce a few people who have been essential to the college's success. We are privileged to have with us tonight several members of the Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Trustees serve the college, the people of our district, and our students without remuneration, giving of their time and talents freely because of their belief in the importance of public education. To my right, Chairman David Hyen of Bunker Hill. Vice Chair Julie Johnson of Edwardsville. Secretary Kevin Rust of Glen Carbon. Assistant Secretary Charles Hanfelder of East Alton. Current student trustee who couldn't be here today, Sam Copeland of Bethalto. And speaker and student trustee representing the class of 2020-21, Ashtyn Britt of Grafton. Please welcome members of our administration who've also joined us tonight. Dr. Lori Artis, Vice President, Administration. Dr. Sean Hill, Vice President, Student Affairs. Brett Reiner, Interim Vice President, Enrollment Services. Mary Schulte, Vice President, Finance. Jeff Watson, Chief Information Officer. Dr. Jill Lane, our Chief Academic Officer. Dr. Sue Serwinski, Dean of Health, Science, Math, and Industrial Technology, and Dr. Val Harris, the Associate Dean of Adult Education. Thank you all for being here this evening. We must also not forget our outstanding and talented faculty for their contributions to the education of our graduates. Our faculty team works diligently to help students succeed in their classes, remain enrolled, and successfully complete their degrees. The outstanding rates in Lewis and Clark's retention and completion, as evidenced by our graduates today, are a reflection of the excellent work that is being done by the faculty. I ask that all the faculty members please stand and be acknowledged for your excellence in teaching. Tonight's graduation ceremony and celebration are rightfully focused on the honored graduates of 2021. Lewis and Clark's greatest impact results from the education and training we provide to our local residents. Today, thousands of former students are employed in the Lewis and Clark district. Lewis and Clark's graduates and alumni account for more than $360 million annually in additional income to our region. To emphasize this point, I would like all audience, faculty, and campus team members who have received a certificate or degree from Lewis and Clark Community College to stand and to be recognized for the tremendous impact you have on our region. I would also be remiss if I didn't extend a sincere thank you to the Alton School District and to Superintendent Dr. Chrissy Baumgartner for allowing us to use Public Stadium to celebrate the class of 2021 this year. We appreciate the partnership with the school district and all that the team members of the district have done to help coordinate this celebration. Thank you so much. I have prepared tonight some brief remarks, and they are brief, I promise, to encourage you, the class of 2021, as you embark on the next phase in your life. Although each year we celebrate the accomplishments of our numerous graduates who have walked the hallways of our campus, I cannot think of a class of students in the college's 50-year history that has persevered and endured as much as the class of 2021. College is a challenging time, filled with life lessons, personal struggles, and countless hours of dedication. But this particular graduating class had extra hurdles to overcome to get here tonight. You completed your degree in the midst of a global pandemic. Your tenacity, flexibility, and your dedication to finishing your degree was an impressive feat. You stayed the course at a time when you couldn't see the road in front of you. Although we are all trailblazers, you embody that spirit and have blazed a new trail for the classes that will follow. You have certainly set a remarkable example. This past year has been a struggle for many, and yet you made it here to the finish line tonight. For that, I applaud each and every one of you. I also want to extend special gratitude to some of our special outstanding graduates here tonight. While we were all challenged daily with our coursework, personal life, and even our work life, there are those amongst us tonight who truly embody the college's core value, valuing others. I want to recognize our nursing faculty and our nursing graduates who are in attendance tonight for leading the charge and helping our community this past spring. As many of you know, our nursing students helped roll up their sleeves and went to work this year to assist the Madison County Health Department in administering hundreds of thousands of vaccines for our district residents. You have helped protect our community, and for that, I'd like to ask for a round of applause in recognition and thanks for our graduates and our faculty for the role they played in valuing others during this pandemic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now a couple of words from my experience. My family lived in Germany while I was growing up. And while that entire experience was remarkable, one experience has always remained most defining. When I was 10, I would walk to the end of town to pick plums. One day I was enjoying a handful of plums, leaning on a tree, and watching a group of kids my age play soccer. Eventually, one kid waved me over to join. One thing I noticed immediately was I was the only kid with shoes. So without really thinking about it, I removed my shoes and joined the game. By the way, I never wore shoes again when I practiced, even through college. The point of this brief example is that we all have a story or an experience where we felt this true sense of belonging and empowerment. We played together practically every day for the next 3 years. And while we didn't speak the same language, dress the same, look similar in any way, we belonged together in that moment and taught one another lessons that we may still be discovering as we carry forward in our lives. As you go out in the world as graduates, never hesitate to wave someone over, to join in the conversation, or to join in a friendly game of kicking the ball or throwing the ball around. Your gesture may very well be more important and more powerful than you could ever truly realize. Remember that your accomplishments here at Lewis and Clark required perseverance, grit, tenacity, thoughtfulness, mindfulness, and awareness. So continue to apply and share your talent to do good work that will always make those around you better. I close with these final thoughts. The first is from poet Wisława Szymborska. She says that your work becomes one continuous adventure as long as you manage to keep discovering new challenges, and that this work is driven with love and imagination. I encourage you to use your imagination, be curious, and be honest in all you do. And always remember that your voice is your tool, your mind, your vehicle, and your heart, your guide. Use them collectively, not interchangeably, to build on what you've accomplished so far in your life. Congratulations, graduates. And now it is my honor to present the student trustee representing the class of 2020-21, Ashtyn Britt. While Ashtyn makes her way up to the podium slowly, I want to take time to thank her and recognize the very difficult work she did as the student trustee in 2020. Ashtyn never got a chance to attend a board meeting in person. Every meeting was held virtually due to COVID. Yet, she was connected and committed and did an outstanding job representing the voice of all of our students at Lewis and Clark. So thank you, Ashtyn.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming here tonight. We are here to celebrate the accomplishment of all the graduates here as they venture onto their next great adventure, life, and the many challenges it shall bring forth. I'd like to take a brief moment to personally congratulate my fellow students on accomplishing this important milestone, especially after such a particularly challenging and uncertain year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I admire each and every one of you for your persistence and dedication to achieving your goals here at Lewis and Clark Community College, and I'm proud to have served this last year as your student trustee. I also congratulate Samuel Copeland, who is currently not here, on being elected as the new student trustee for the 2021-2022 academic year. I also thank the staff and faculty of Lewis and Clark who also faced their own challenges as a result of the pandemic and truly did their best to adjust to a new world. I apologize in advance, the echoing is weird in my ear. The way we all managed to come together to be here tonight, in spite of everything, is by implementing the one factor this college truly takes seriously: community. The ability for us to rally together, even from inside our individual homes for months, to still show up to classes on Zoom, text each other for collaborating on projects, checking in on each other to make sure they know someone still cares about how stressful college can be and that they're still there for them. This college has always made a point to build a community among its students, whether it was to plan fun events at campus or form clubs where everyone could feel like they belonged, no matter their age, race, orientation, religion, gender, or even what time of the day they took their classes. Shout out real quick to the night students. Not even a global pandemic was able to stop this college from keeping that community alive by letting clubs host Zoom meetings and online events, by letting the Bridge newspaper here on campus still publish their work online for everyone to enjoy, and by keeping healthy and consistent communication for classes between professors and students in order for them to complete their work and strive for excellence. The college still worked to provide for each student to the best of their ability and continue to help those who need it in order to achieve their academic dreams. When I first arrived at Lewis and Clark a few years ago, I saw many signs and stickers all over campus stating that Lewis and Clark has heart. And during my time here, I have come to understand how accurate and serious that phrase has turned out to be. The people that we've come to know are more than just teachers or students that we pass in the hallways. They are the people that we will know and appreciate and continue to root for even after graduation. The people who will one day be invited to our weddings, the people who we reach out to when we hear our company has an opening, the people whose dog pictures we heart react to on Facebook, the people who we sometimes check in on and let them know that we're thinking about them and hope that they and their family are doing well. That is what it means to be a community, to always feel connected to people and know that you have a place with them in this world. I am proud to stand here and tell you that Lewis and Clark still has heart and will always be a college that unites as a community no matter what. That is the lesson I hope the graduates tonight take into the new world and will get them through any challenges that can be thrown their way. Even though you are now graduates, you will always be a part of the Trailblazer community, and I am excited to see what accomplishments you will achieve next. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashtyn, for your words and for your dedication to the college and to our graduates. Before we move on to conferring of the degrees, I understand we have an important message for the graduates from someone who wasn't able to be here with us for the celebration this evening. Brian, can you bring up that message on screen for all of us now?
Hey, this is Adam Wainwright from the St. Louis Cardinals, and this message goes out to all the graduates of Lewis and Clark Community College down there in Godfrey, Illinois. I know that it's been a challenging year. Things have been tough, but I wanted to say congratulations on persevering, getting through it, and now you're heading out into the real world where things are going to get real. So this is my shout out to y'all. So congratulations, and best of luck, but also a challenge to work as hard as you possibly can, stay focused, and have fun. So thanks for being dedicated, wonderful students. Congratulations on graduating, and let's all say, go Cardinals together. So congratulations again, guys. I hope you do great in your next endeavor. See ya.
Thank you, Adam. That was awesome. And now, will the candidates for graduation please stand? Upon the recommendation of the faculty, I certify that these candidates have satisfactorily completed requirements in the areas of their specialization. Upon recommendation by the faculty and certification by the academic vice president, as president of Lewis and Clark Community College, I present these candidates for the awarding of certificates and degrees in their respective areas of performance. By the power vested in me as president of Lewis and Clark Community College, by the statutes and the boards which govern community colleges in the state of Illinois, it is my privilege to award to you your respective certificates and degrees, including all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto. Will the candidates please come forward? I'm going to move over to the table, and we're doing one line, so I look forward to seeing you at the table.
Kylie Allen, Associate in Arts. Rakisha Anderson, Associate in Arts. Samantha Bauer, Associate in Applied Science, Radio Broadcasting, Certificate of Proficiency, Radio Broadcasting. Sabrina Blanco, Associate in Science, High Honors. Ethan Boyer, Associate in Applied Science, Automotive Technology. Emily Buckley Pryor, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Assisting, Certificate of Proficiency, Medical Assisting with Honors. Devin Buttry, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Assisting, Certificate of Proficiency, Medical Assisting. Crystal Cogan-Dahan, Associate in Applied Science, Accounting, High Honors. Martha Elena Chidas, Associate in Arts. Gary Chapman, Associate in Applied Science, Radio Broadcasting, Certificate Proficiency, Radio Broadcasting. Love your hair. Lauren Kreister, Associate in Arts. Pierce Tyler Clayton, Associate in Arts. Kayla Brown McGee, Associate in Applied Science, Child Development. Alexandra Coleman, Associate in Arts, Honors. Kendall Davey, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Kelly Davis, Associate in Science. Suzanne DiMartini, Associate in Applied Science, Accounting, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Erica Lynn Dole, Associate in Applied Science, Child Development, High Honors. Julia Drost, a Certificate Proficiency, Dental Assisting, Honors. Christopher Elam, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, Honors. Brielle Ellis, Associate in Applied Science, Paralegal, Certificate of Proficiency, Paralegal, Honors. Connor Floyd, Associate in Science, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Carissa Gilreath, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Assisting, Certificate of Proficiency, Medical Assisting. Kara Gleason, Associate in Arts, Associate in Applied Science, Child Development. Rosie Gugwe, Associate in Applied Science, Paralegal, High Honors. Jake Goheen, Associate in Applied Science, Drafting and Design, Certificate of Proficiency, Drafting and Design, Lewis and Clark Honors College Scholar, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Shannon Grider, Associate in Arts, Phi Theta Kappa, Honors. Jeremy Grover, Certificate of Proficiency, Welding Technology. Samantha Gundlach, Associate in Applied Science, Health Information and Medical Coding, Certificate of Proficiency, Medical Coding. Ashtyn Michelle Hall, Associate in Applied Science, Criminal Justice, Certificate of Proficiency, Criminal Justice, Honors. Ethan Hannaford, Associate in Applied Science, Radio Broadcasting, Certificate of Proficiency, Radio Broadcasting, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Maylin Hannaford, Associate in Arts, High Honors. Brianna Hartley, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Assisting, Certificate of Proficiency, Medical Assisting. Ashley Henderson, Associate in Arts. Rebecca Herman, Associate in Applied Science, Health Information and Medical Coding, Certificate of Proficiency, Medical Coding, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Taylor Marie Heft, Certificate of Proficiency, Medical Assisting. Taylor Hubbard, Associate in Applied Science, Paralegal, Certificate of Proficiency, Paralegal. Austin Huntsman, Associate in Applied Science, Criminal Justice, Certificate of Proficiency, Criminal Justice, Honors. Alexandra Ivanoff, Associate in Fine Arts, Art, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Connor Johnson, Associate in Applied Science, Music Production, High Honors. Nicole Johnson, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Caitlin Jones, Associate in Science. Brittany R. Kane, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Assisting, Certificate of Proficiency, Medical Assisting. Linda King, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Assisting, Certificate of Proficiency, Medical Assisting. Curtis Lake, Associate in Engineering Science, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Courtney Lapointe, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Assisting, Certificate of Proficiency, Medical Assisting, Honors. Brianna Lees, Associate in Science, Honors. Caitlin Lamont, Associate in Arts. Nathan Lemons, Associate in Science, Phi Theta Kappa, Honors. Molly Lewis, Associate in Science, Honors. Caitlin Malone, Associate in Applied Science, Child Development, Certificate Proficiency, Early Childhood Level 3. Kayla Manns, Associate in Arts, Honors. Morgan Manti, Associate in Science. Sarah Markins, Associate in Science. Is it Kian Marlowe? Cheyenne Marlowe, Associate in Science. Jacqueline Maynard, Associate in Science. Yes. Kirsten McElroy, Associate in Applied Science, Criminal Justice, Certificate of Proficiency, Criminal Justice, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Isabel McKay, Associate in Arts. Ann McFeeters, Associate in Arts. Carissa Lynn Myers, Associate in Applied Science, Accounting, Associate in Applied Science Management, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Sydney Miller, Associate in Arts, Associate in Applied Science, Criminal Justice, Phi Theta Kappa, Honors. Abigail Mortland, Associate in Arts, Phi Theta Kappa, Honors. Marinica Moigan, Associate in Science, Honors. Andrew Mullen, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing.
Madeline Newman, Associate in Science, Phi Theta Kappa. Amanda L. Orr, Certificate of Proficiency, Medical Assisting. Bridget Parcell, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing. Candace Parziani, Associate in Arts, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Alexia Pelletier, Associate in Fine Arts, Music Performance, High Honors. Crystal Petrelli, Associate in Applied Science, Accounting, Certificate of Proficiency, Accounting, Honors. Mary K. Powers, Associate in Applied Science, Criminal Justice, Certificate of Proficiency, Criminal Justice. Miranda K. Pratt, Associate in Arts, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Charles J. Rankin, Associate in Arts, Honors. Cabrin Chris Riddle, Associate in Applied Science, Radio Broadcasting, Certificate of Proficiency, Radio Broadcasting, Honors. Jenna M. Robinson, Associate in Science, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Bradley Rose, Associate in Applied Science, Welding Technology, High Honors. Abrielle Roy, Associate in Applied Science, Criminal Justice, Certificate of Proficiency, Criminal Justice, Honors. Taylor Rudolph, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Assisting, Certificate of Proficiency, Medical Assisting, Honors. Janelle Ruhal, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, High Honors. Michael E. Russell, Associate in Applied Science, Radio Broadcasting, Certificate of Proficiency, Radio Broadcasting. Thank you. Kaylee Roots, Associate in Applied Science, Dental Hygiene, Honors. Julie Schaefer, Associate in Applied Science, Occupational Therapy Assistant, High Honors. Emily Schrader, Associate in Applied Science, Graphic Design, Certificate of Proficiency, Graphic Design, High Honors. Kelsey Sibley, Associate in Arts. Marquis Spencer, Associate in Applied Science, Criminal Justice, Certificate of Proficiency, Criminal Justice. Alexis Stevens, Associate in Arts, Certificate of Proficiency, Dental Assisting, Honors. Anna Summers, Associate in Applied Science, Drafting and Design. Brianna M. Taylor, Associate in Arts. Cora Tucker, Associate in Arts. Kane P. Tucker, Associate in Arts, Honors. Nathan Ray Tucker, Associate in Applied Science, Radio Broadcasting, Certificate of Proficiency, Radio Broadcasting. Megan Van Dusen, Associate in Science, Honors. Ava Grace Walls, Associate in Arts, Phi Theta Kappa, Honors. Anna Walters, Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, Honors. David E. Ward, Associate in Applied Science, Accounting, Honors. Joshua Winnicky, Associate in Applied Science, Welding Technology, Associate in Applied Science, Welding Technology, High Honors. Brian F. Wyckoff, Associate in Arts, Phi Theta Kappa, Honors. Megan L. Wilson, Associate in Applied Science, Child Development, Certificate of Proficiency, Early Childhood Level 3, Phi Theta Kappa, High Honors. Samantha J. Woods, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Assisting, Certificate of Proficiency, Medical Assisting. Nathaniel M. Woolner, Associate in Arts, Honors. Roy Zorick, Associate in Applied Science, Information Technology, Honors. Nicholas Zankel, Associate in Applied Science, Medical Assisting, Certificate of Proficiency, Medical Assisting, Honors.
Well, that was pretty awesome. Congratulations. Will the graduates please stand? You entered this evening with a tassel placed on the right side of your cap. During the commencement ceremony, you were awarded the appropriate degree or certificate by Lewis and Clark Community College. Please move the tassel from the right side of your cap to the left side of your cap, signifying your new status as graduates of Lewis and Clark Community College. Please be seated. In closing, I again want to congratulate each of you for the tenacity that you have exhibited as students of Lewis and Clark Community College. Now, as graduates, I encourage you to go forth and make your mark on the region and the world. Again, one more time, congratulations, class of 2021. Now I would ask Reverend Hanson to come forward for the benediction. Please rise.
So, Lutherans believe that God meets our needs in sort of two basic ways. On the one hand, he meets our spiritual needs when he sends Jesus. Die for our sins, rise for our salvation, to give us forgiveness and to give us life. But we also believe that he meets our other needs through the people around us, working in what we call their vocations or their callings. And so through the faculty and staff here, for example, graduates, they brought you to this point. They've equipped you for the next season of your life. And so as you go out into your vocations, I want to leave you with some words from Martin Luther. He wrote this in his comments on Psalm 147, quote, God could easily give us grain and fruit without your plowing and planting, but he does not want to do so. What else is all of our work, whether it's in the field, in the garden, in the city, in the house, in war, or in government, but just such as a child's performance by which he wants to give his gifts in the field, in the home, and everywhere else. These are masks of God, behind which he wants to remain concealed and do all things. We have the saying, God gives every good thing, but not just by waving a hand. God gives all good gifts, but you must lend a hand and take the bull by the horns. Make the bars and the gates, but let him fasten them. Labor, and let him give the fruits. Govern, and let him give the blessing. Fight, and let him give the victory. Preach, and let him win the hearts. Take a husband or a wife, and let him produce the children. Eat and drink, and let him nourish and strengthen you, and so on. In all our doings, he is to work through us, and he alone shall have the glory from it. Paul tells us that whatever we do it to the glory of God. And so whatever the next season in your life holds, whatever your vocation might be, may you do it to the glory of God. May God use you as his masks to meet the needs of those around you and to better our society. And may God always focus your heart, your mind, and your soul on his grace shown to us in Jesus. Amen.
Before we move forward, you may be seated. I'm going to thank Reverend Hanson again, and we have a small token of appreciation. Thank you, sir. I was going to tell you to be seated, but you're already seated. Thank you. I now ask that everyone remain seated while the graduates exit the stadium. Following the conclusion of the graduates exiting the stadium, our ceremony will conclude. I want to take one more opportunity and thank everyone for coming out to help honor these graduates. Have a wonderful evening. We all wish you safe travels home. Thank you so much for being here this evening.